It's time for us to take back our communities and create unity. Community vibes with BrownEyes. Come take a walk with me. Community vibes with BrownEyes. Get it, King T finesse. We hit the streets running. You know we coming. Building with knowledge to inform, to bring the love in. It's the unity in our community. Reform, move on to be strong. It takes you and me. Bring the issues, let's talk about it. Make a plan, bring it to life and never doubt it. To inspire, keep you going higher. Words put to action, fuel to the fire. Life gets better when we do it together. BrownEyes, King T, finesse, time to get up. Get up. Get up. For everyone, the best. Hit it, King T, finesse. Join in and catch the vibe. Join in. Join in. Come on in. Come on in. Come on in. And catch the vibe with me, your host, BrownEyes. I'm so happy that you're here today on Community Vibes with BrownEyes. We got a great show that's packed with some great information today, and I have a powerful and wonderful guest on my show. I want to introduce you to him briefly. His name is Chee from the Chee Lounge. Give it up for Chee, y'all.
Yes, sir. We in the building. Shout out to Community Vibes and BrownEyes. I appreciate you having me on your show, BrownEyes.
I appreciate you coming on the show. You know, Chee also has a podcast that gives out a lot of information and has a lot of conversation about community, relationships, and all different types of things to help you understand life and whatever you're going through. So I'm just so glad to have him here, a part of this community, because he is a part of this community as well. To come on the show, the community, and vibe it with the one and only BrownEyes. You know, but before we get started into the show, I just want to give a shout out to a lot of my supporters. You know, I want to give a shout out from one this week, you know, my cousin Pat. Thank you very much for always supporting me and supporting the show and all of her beautiful daughters and family. You know, I got some beautiful family. I gotta say, I'm blessed to have people that love me and respect what I do and is willing to step out and have faith in what I'm doing and support me. So thank you so much, Patty Cake, giving you a shout out today.
Patty Cake, baby.
For always supporting. Leave my cousin alone. Thank you, cousin. And I want to thank all of you for always tuning in to watch, to leave me your comments. Please feel free to leave your comments down at the bottom of this video in the chat. I love to get your comments. I love to get your opinions. I love to get your suggestions, because it's all about you. It's community vibing with me, and you are the community. So I really appreciate and respect your thoughts and feelings. First of all, Community Vibes with BrownEyes is a project that was designated to reach into the depths of the community to shine light on those who are often overlooked. People like leaders, activists, non-profit organizations, musicians, artists, young people, residents, you know, people just like you and me who decided to take their talents and their gifts and go in the community and to build and create something that's beneficial for not only themselves, but everyone around them.
Everyone.
And so that's what we're all about here at Community Vibes. And it is my desire that we not only just sit around and talk about, because we can always talk about things, but we shine a big old spotlight, you know, to highlight all of those great and wonderful things that are being done in the community.
Right.
But today's show is going to be about stuff that's not so great, but it's a great thing that we're going to talk about it, because we need to know about scams. So that's what we're going to talk about today. We're going to talk about scam watching and exposing fraud and common crimes in our neighborhood is on a rise. People are being duped out of their money. People are being robbed from things that are personal and valuable to them. Yeah. And it's on an all-time high. And we're going to talk about some of those things, what to look out for and what to avoid, so that you can keep yourself out of the risk factors of becoming a victim to these things. But first of all, I want to get into Chee. Chee from the Chee Lounge.
Hey.
Okay? The audience want to know who this man Chee is. Tell us a little bit about yourself, about who you are, where you grew up, and what inspired you to want to be a podcast, a content creator for the community.
Well, first I want to say thank you, BrownEyes, for having me on your show. I love Community Vibes. Community Vibes attacks the aspects of everything that's detrimental to our community. As far as for me, I'm a child of God living in a demon world. That's
right.
what I am.
Yes.
I'm a child of God living in a demon world.
Yes.
I might be black, but I got light. My name is Chee. Like she stated, I'm the host of the Chee Lounge. I'm also a musician. I'm also an inspiring producer. I do acting, I do film, I do comedy. I'm a musician. I do it all. I take it all from BrownEyes.
No, he get it all from God. God gave him his talent. We got a whole lot of talented people in our community, and he is very, very talented and has a lot of gifts that he don't just keep to himself, but he shares with others. And that's the thing about it. What's the sense of having a gift if you're not going to share it with everybody else? Because that's why it was given to you. And then other people share their gifts with you. Right. And that's how we make the world go round.
That's right.
So what got you excited about creating some content on, the YouTube and creating your podcast?
I'm not gonna lie to you. I mean, I'm young. I'm 36 years old. So, pretty much, I have 3 kids. So, I'm not gonna lie to you. I started a podcast because I wanted to figure out another source of income, another way to make money. But then as I started doing it, I started, you know how you realize that you have a calling in your life, and you realize that you're destined for something greater, something more. I've learned that in this world, as a man, God assigns people to you that you have to reach.
Absolutely.
You're not going to reach everybody in the world. It's impossible.
Right.
Everybody in the world is not going to like you. But then a lot of people in the world is going to love you. It's like a 50-50 balance. It's a balance in life. You know what I mean? So, I started the Chee Lounge as another source of income to try to, build my income. I haven't made a dime yet.
Well, it's hard out here for a podcaster.
It's hard out here for a podcaster.
It's hard out here for a podcaster.
The Lord knows we put that money in.
Okay, exactly. We put the money in. So y'all know I'm going to have his, Cash App down there and a Community Vibes Cash App down there.
Y'all
so
go support.
Feel it in your heart.
That's right. Feel it in your heart.
Okay, feel it in your heart.
Look at my heart. You see it? My heart is hurt.
But in spite of it all, we get out here and we do what we do. And it's something important that you said. You said that everybody is not going to like you. Some people want to hate. But I come to learn that even people that hate you really like you. Because the reason they hate you is because they like who you are. They envy you who you are. They want to be who you are. So they actually really do love you.
That's a fact.
But they hate you because they can't be you.
That's a fact.
But be yourself. You don't have to be someone else. Too much stuff in on the internet and everything that's hyped up today make you feel like you have to be somebody else. But everybody was made great in their own right. So you can be great too and have somebody hating on you for what you have that they don't have. So we got to put it all together. But I want to ask you a question.
What's the question? What's the damn question?
Have you ever been scammed?
Let's not talk about this right
or
now.
Victim of a crime.
I've been victim of a crime. I've been victim of a scam. I've been victim of everything. I done got my heart broke. I've been a victim of love scam. You women's.
Oh, Lord, the women's and the men's.
Oh, you
the
women's
and the men's.
The women's. Well, no offense to nobody who's with the men's, but for me, it's the women's. But I've been a victim of scam before. I'm pretty much everybody experienced having money taken out their bank account. And you looking at?
Oh yeah, that's a big deal, especially with the cyber thing. But before we go deep into that, y'all, we talked about Chee Lounge. I want to just show you a little video clip that I put together with a little taste of what Chee does. So let's roll that clip.
Yeah, welcome to the live and direct with Chee Lounge, baby. It's the one and only your boy Chee. Shout outs to the family in Florida. Shout outs to the family in Jersey. Shout outs to everybody in motherfucking New York and Philly and LA. Shot-town, where you at, baby? We here. I love my kids. I mean, if you ever want to relive your life, all you got to do is take a look at your kids. Your kids are an implement of you. I don't even know if that's a fucking word. Implement. I don't even know if that's a word, but it's the first thing that came to my mind. Implement. Maybe that could go down in Webster's dictionary. Implement. We got the one and only, my girl, the queen, superwoman, whatever she is, that's mighty and rocking with the clouds, baby. We got my girl, BrownEyes. BrownEyes. Yeah, we doing it like this, baby. Brick City all day. Check me out. Yeah. They say we moving fast, not moving fast enough. Yo, I got a couple millies, I got a couple dillies. My flow, I'm hot like chili, but these suckers wanna grill me. My crew will get that money, but I keep a couple billies.
I'm true to the game, but keep it true. One thing to do, we have the power to hold it down. When anger comes around, the power to fix a frown when no one else can be found. To wipe away the tears from years of fears. The power to do right, the power to act right. The power to... That's how we do. Old school.
Old school into the new, baby. Old school into the new. Hey, listen. That's dope. That's dope.
Multi-talented, multi-skilled, multi-podcaster, multi-daddy, multi-person, multi-man, multi-everything. He does it all, y'all. He talking about me, y'all. But that is the Chee. You know, I like to show visuals of what people, because people always talk about what they know, but when you see it with your own eyes, it's a whole nother story.
That's dope.
You are multi-talented.
And so are you, BrownEyes. I appreciate that. That was dope. I mean, you wow. That was dope. I never, you work so much, but you don't ever really get to see a recap of what you do.
Right.
And to see it is like, well, it just gives you more encouragement to keep going.
Absolutely. You have a lot of talent. Now, we talked about the crime. Have you ever been a victim of a crime? You know, tell us about your most recent thing that happened to you that is happening way too much in Newark, Irvington, Maplewood, New Jersey, and I'm sure all over, but it's real hot here in Essex County, New Jersey. Tell us a little bit about what took place with you.
Them bastards stole my damn car, and I hope you get caught, you little bastards.
And they didn't get caught yet?
Oh, I think they caught him. I think they caught the little bastard. No, but I just recently got my car stolen. It seems to be a very big thing going on in the Newark area, Irvington, East Orange, just all over, like you said, Essex County. Yes. You know what I mean? And you know, they TikTok has this video that's going viral of they're showing these kids how to steal Kias and Hondas and Hellcats and, you know, just all type, pretty much anything with an ignition in the motor, they trying to go after it, you know what I mean?
Right.
But to the young people, I just want to tell you, to commit a crime in this time and day is stupid. Because there's cameras everywhere. You're going to get caught. Nobody's, the people that you think are your friends that's loyal, when they get behind that interrogation room or they get pressed by the cops or the youth detention center, they're going to snitch. Yes. They're going to tell on you. So all of this being loyal to the set and being loyal to the hood, let Tekashi 6ix9ine be a proven example. You know what I'm saying? But
Absolutely.
Every situation is different. But at the end of the day, you know what I mean? You young people out here committing these crimes and you're going to get caught. I understand some of you guys are going through a lot. You're raising your brothers, you're raising your sisters, you need money, you ain't got nowhere to live. I got one answer for you. I got two answers for you, okay? Number one, that's where you rely on God. And number two, get a fucking job!
Oh, Lord,
get
have mercy.
Job. Stop robbing, stop killing, stop stealing. Listen, understand something, young people. Not even the forefathers. Our ancestors died literally so you can have a chance at life, so you can vote, equality, so you can love each other more. But you're doing more hurtful, detrimental things to your own brother and sister that our ancestors died to fight for equality for us to have.
Absolutely. And you know what? I want to say one thing, because I don't like to blame the young people, because the young people are looking at the adults in the community. I think a lot of adults in the community have failed our young people, and this is why they're out here on their own, raising themselves. We put them on the internet from the time they're 2 years old and sit them to the side in the house and go about our business and wonder how they learn some things that they're learning, and doing some some of the things they do, they're trying to survive, just like they see us trying to survive. Right. So yeah, they are, a lot of young people are out there being mischievous and trying to do things, but it's because of no guidance. That we need to really get together and organize in our communities and the adults with the young people to create the things that young people need and that we need, so that we can safeguard our communities. I mean, like, we used to have block associations. We used to have, neighbors that talked to each other, that looked out for each other and our kids. That we don't have that anymore, because grandma's at the club now. She's out, with, dressing like, the 20-year-olds. We used to have grandmama. We don't even got grandmama no more.
She on top of the traffic light
she
twerking.
Ain't doing the snap peas. But I got a news clip, because I like to show people instead of just talk about it. I'm going to show you this news clip about, a car theft and something that just recently happened in Newark, New Jersey. So let's roll that car stealing clip.
Standing right on the corner of Empire and Meeker, you can see the debris field from at least one of the cars involved in the crash with police this morning. This involved the state police. They were going after a stolen car. Eventually, we understand they ended up arresting 4 suspects. Now, we do want to show you this video and let you know at one point in time in the video, a police car, a state police car that was unmarked, did hit one of the suspects. That suspect then went down, and then police were able to go ahead and take that person down. Another one jumped out of the car, went into Weequahic Park. They were able to capture that suspect, but 2 of them decided to run through a back parking lot area of the Josloff Glass Company. They hopped onto shipping containers, at least one of them, and went over that shipping container, jumping off to the other side. A police officer also went on top of that shipping container, but decided not to jump off. But police were able to go ahead and capture the other 2 suspects. We do understand that a white BMW and a gray Hyundai were involved in this crash at this location, but this went through many areas of Newark. The chase started and stopped a couple of times along the way, so it was a very busy and wild chase that took place here in Newark this morning.
So this is what you have just said. They have a BMW and a Honda. Yeah. And let me tell you something. Don't think they're just taking BMWs and Hondas. Sometimes they will take any old car that they could get just to commit a crime, crash it up or park it on the side of the road and leave it. So nobody is exempt from this. Yes, they're looking for specific cars because of car parts and value and things like that. But your car could be the oldest car on the block and just be available that they need to do a crime. And it's crazy because, see, what's going on is a lot of people don't like to address poverty. A lot of people think that because we live in a community, we see people with $300 sneakers on and all these expensive things and hair done, nails done, everything there done, that we, got it going on. But it's a lot of poverty. And if you look at rich folk, people who are from the affluent communities, they don't walk around with all those expensive things.
That's a fact.
But people from the poor communities, like, they have to prove to each other that I got it when we really don't. Yep. And then you have the anxiety to have to commit crimes or do ill things just to pay respect to the Joneses, to say I got it and you don't. And that was correct, exactly what you said. So whatever happened with your car, when they took your car, did they ever find it?
Well, see, here's the twist to it all, because police did find the car. And, they found the car. I will put it like this. They did do their investigation, but for the little perps that think they're getting away with stuff, do understand that people do have GPSs and trackers on their cars. Some people, and what you guys fail to realize when you steal cars, you don't know who is who. You don't know who. You could be stealing the police officer's car. You could be stealing somebody who works for the state, who works for the government car. Those cars, trust and believe, they can be tracked. Yes. They will be tracked, and you will be caught. Right. I don't wish nothing on the community. You know what I mean? I don't wish no harm or nothing on the community, the young people, anybody in the community. Right. But right is right and wrong is wrong. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, people work hard for their stuff.
Very hard.
People work hard for their houses that do not give you a right to intrude somebody's house. People work hard for their cars. Yes. That don't give you a right to steal somebody's car. Absolutely. You can have the same exact thing if you apply yourself, go out there, get a job, get a career, save your money, invest like like the rest of us, like all of us.
But did you ever notice that this new generation, nobody wants to apply themselves anymore? They want instantaneously money, riches, wealth, and success. When we all know that Rome was not built in a day.
Right.
So, yes, we got to learn how to, and because we can't change that, because the generations are changing. You're young, I'm older than you. I think you my daughter's age, but at the same token, I've seen the generation. We can't change this stuff. It's going to get worse because of the way society is going. Because we can't get rid of cyber scam. We're not going to get rid of the fact that we need cyber community. We're not going to get rid of poverty. Nobody wants to address it. Seems like nobody cares. So now we have to have shows and things like this so that we can inform ourselves and protect our own selves, because we can't change what is going on in the environment. And speaking of cars, the other thing that they're doing, I noticed, when you out there driving at night, like, not only could you just park your car, thank God you're not in it, but you could be out there driving at night, and they got all kind of scams now where you might see a brick in the road, you might see cones in the road, and you wonder what's going on. Or the newest one, you might see a baby out by themselves on the road. You be like, whose baby is this? And you're looking around, and you get out like, oh my God, and here they come. Either they're gonna rob you, kill you, or steal you, kidnap you, and take your organs. Like, I can tell you, it's so hideous out there at night. I used to think it was my age, but I think young people got anxiety too, because there's so much going on. So let's roll that videotape where they're talking about the roadblock, so you can see what this happens when they do this.
This is a brick in the road in the middle of a dark alley. If you ever see this while driving, do not get out your car. Here's what happens. Alright, y'all, don't ever fall for this trap in the hood. Don't ever fall for this trap in the hood, y'all. I'm about to show y'all something. Y'all see that brick in the middle of the road? A lot of times in the hood, in these busy alleys, they be busy sometimes, people will put bricks in the road. You do not want to get out your car to get this brick out the road. A lot of times people will come out to cut and they will take what you have, take your car, all that. This is an example. This is for learning purposes only.
If you are ever driving in the middle of the night and see 2 traffic cones with no police around, do not get out of your car. I repeat, do not fall for this trap. Lately, criminals have been placing 2 traffic cones blocking either lane on desolate streets and highways. The person who placed them there is hoping that you'll stop and get out of your car to move the cones. At this point, they will be waiting nearby to either rob or hurt you. Your best option is to either drive around the cones as quick as possible or even straight through them if you have to. This is not a joke, and it's super important to know.
If you see money on your car windscreen, do not touch it. If you go back to your car and someone's put money under your window wipers, do not pick up this money. Even recently, the police have cautioned us to not touch the money, because this is a new method from thieves and is becoming more and more popular. You come back to your car, you get in your car, you realise that someone's put money on your windscreen, so when you get out to pick it up, they're waiting for you to get out your car so they can just run in and drive off. It's all over the news, and it's genuinely happening.
It's really going down. They even have the one up here where they put a tissue inside the handle of your door, and you like, who put this here? It has some chemical on it, and it makes you pass out, and if they want to kidnap you. So, not only do you got to be afraid, or leery about parking your car, but driving in your own vehicle.
Yeah.
I know I'm running you over. I'm running you over. So if you see me on the road, I'm running you over, especially in the urban cities where all this stuff, is going. Rural areas and all those other residential areas, they should take precautions too. Even up in Maplewood, where it's supposed to be get a little more posh, you leave your car in Wawa. It's gone.
It's gone. Yeah, do not think because you live in the suburbs that you are exempt and that you safe. Let me tell you something. If anything, they're robbing the suburbs like crazy because they know that for a lot of people in the suburbs, they tend to leave their doors open, doors unlocked, you know what I mean? A lot of people say, even including myself.
Right. I
was ignorant to the fact. I'm like, you know what? I can't wait to get out the hood. I want something nice. I want to live in the suburbs. I want to do this. Let me tell you something. It's so much crime that goes on in the suburbs, you just don't hear about it.
Yes.
Because they know how to keep it under the wraps. Where everything in the urban cities is more magnified because they already have reputation or whatever.
Yes.
So the same thing that's happening in North could be happening in West Caldwell, but you'll never hear about it.
And it's actually happening. And a lot of times in those more, residential areas or suburbs, they got high crime with credit card skimming. Like they'll slice your car. Like you got to be be careful at restaurants nowadays, you know, paying for your food, because they walk away with your card, they slide it somewhere, or they put these little things over the ATM machines where you think you putting your card in the machine, and they getting your numbers.
That's right.
And they create new cards, and then you getting these charges on your credit card and your debit card that you didn't do. You know, they got so many different crimes with the email crimes. They send emails out telling you want an inheritance, and in order to get the money, you have to pay some money to get the money.
Let me tell you something. Brown Eyes, you're not lying. And I was young. I got an email one time. My ass live in America. I don't know no damn body in Africa. I don't know. Listen, they say our ancestors from Africa.
Yes.
I can't trace them back. I don't know nobody in Africa.
Right.
I got an email one time in my email saying, you have to click on this link because your relative has passed away in Africa.
I got the same
and you
one.
have received 120 million pounds. And I'm thinking to myself, like, oh shit, I'm rich.
They done trace your DNA.
They trace my DNA. I'm rich. I'm good. Listen, I'm rich. I'm gonna quit working. All this. I clicked on the link. Service. What was it? Page error. Whatever the case may be. I ain't think nothing of it. Guys, do you not know that the moment you click on the link of an email,
yes,
they have access to your information?
Yes.
They have access. They can see you through the camera. The moment you click on that link, they can see you literally through your phone, through your laptop, looking at you, literally watching you undress, watching you cook, doing whatever. They're literally looking at Brown Eyes.
It's called
clickbait.
It's called
It's crazy.
clickbait, and not only do they do it through emails, but they also send you texts now
they
saying that
do.
your bank account has some suspicious activity on it. Your social security card has been shut down for suspicious activity. To click on this link, your bank, whatever. Or it's another one where they tell you your Netflix has expired. They shut your Netflix down, and you got to click on the link. And what those are, they call it clickbait. And what they do is they get you to click on that link because that clicking that link gives them permission to have access to your information. Another thing a lot of people don't realize is that on Facebook, there's a lot of that going on Facebook, Instagram, anything where you have your friends on. What they do is they know your algorithms, the things that you click on, and so they'll send there's a lot of fake advertisement out there on Instagram. You'll say, oh wow, let me click on this, and you'll click on it, and then it'll go to a page and say you have to sign back in. If you was already signed in on social media, why would you have to sign back in again because you clicked on the link? No, that is the hackers. They're going to steal your password so that they can go in your account, and next thing you know, they're going to make friend requests all your friends or be in your friends inbox saying, hey, how are you doing today? Have you heard about the new money-making thing? And they think it's you. Be like, oh, gee, what money-making thing? Oh, yeah, I'll do that with you. Be like, yeah, well, just send me $100 and I could get you started. And because they trust you, they're going to send you the money and don't realize that you've been hacked.
Ain't you. Listen, I had it happen to me. One of my friends, and this is how I knew this one was a scam, because he never asked me for money. One of my friends, or at least I thought it was one of my friends, some asshole hacker gonna pose as one of my friends and send me a message in Messages saying, hey, I just got locked up. I need $1,200 in 3 hours. Can you send it to me? I said, this motherfucker, excuse my language. God, I want to cuss.
Community vibes,
cuss, but I can't do it. Shout out to Community Vibes and BrownEyes. I'm just keeping it real.
Yeah.
And so I said to myself, he got a good job. He got a wife. He got kids. He living better than me. Lives in Maryland. I know for a fact he ain't got no record and he ain't getting locked up for no stupid stuff. More than that, he's Indian. Hello. You know what I'm saying? So when I said, I automatically knew that was a scam. But then the one that kind of made me laugh, and it made me laugh. Somebody made a duplicate page of me and then gonna send me a message from the page saying, hi, did you know I'm your twin brother from Uganda?
Oh my God.
I I started
all kind of
laughing
scams.
my little
They just
wop
did that
ass
too. A
off.
friend of mine, they made a whole duplicate page, and what they do is they start requesting all you. If they can't get in your page, they'll make a page, steal all your pictures, and then start friend requesting everybody that made comments under your pictures and friend. And you think, I thought we was already friends, and
Right.
then you accept it. Next thing you know, they sending you these messages. You're like, what's up with Chee? Like he don't talk like this.
He sent me a message. He didn't deny making the page.
Right.
He sent me a message saying, "Do you know I'm your twin brother from Uganda?" As if I was just to say, I had a twin brother my whole life. I said, first of all, I know all my damn brothers, and you, sir, ain't one of them. So
Exactly.
cut this BS out.
But you know what? The thing about that is that life is so busy nowadays.
Oh, yeah.
You know, we work all day long. We got so much going on in our lives, our relationships, our family. That's a scam like that you think you won't be tricked. If somebody catch you on an off day and you're not thinking,
Yeah.
you can fall for it. I have fell for stuff that I'm like, I should have known better. I know this stuff.
Yeah.
But you fall for it, and they do stuff like that. And one of the biggest things that they have in New Jersey is rental scams now.
Yeah.
Like renting an apartment, they have people who literally will take a picture of a house that's not theirs.
Yeah.
They will post it on Craigslist, and they will have you talk to you and everything. You put down a deposit and everything. You go and move up in that piece, and then a real owner come knock on the door and be like, "Excuse me, what are you doing here?"
Never rent from Craigslist.
Never rent
Do
from
not trust
Craigslist.
Craigslist.
You got to go through a reputable source, because moving is hard enough as it
Yeah.
is. But then to get in there, and now you got to move out.
Yeah.
Because and you don't have nowhere else to go because you done moved. That is horrible. So
And
they,
gave some
they have
bastard
so
your
much
money.
of that. Yeah, exactly. And it gets
Well,
very
exactly.
personal. It's just like what you said about, you know, this guy. They got a lot of love romance scams, like you said. A lot of people are looking for love. And we look for love in all the wrong places, but guess what?
What
The
can put
new thing
up?
is we go online. We go online sites. Sometimes people DM you if they see y'all got common friends. Let me tell you something. I'm old, people. Okay, I'm old and I'm
You're not
tired.
old.
Please stay out of my DMs, because I get these young ones. You know what I'm saying? And great, I'm blessed. God has blessed me, but I'm going into senior citizen life. Okay, my lights go out at 7 p.m. at night. Okay, we ain't gonna have no moonshine and all these other stories you finna be telling everybody about. Okay, so some of my friends, you know, they got people that wanna be in my inbox. You know, like, ooh, you looking real scrumptious in that picture you put up earlier today. You know, and I'm like, yeah, and you looking real foolish, because if you really been looking at the pictures, you know I'm a grandmama. And I ain't trying to deal with you. You know, like, you get all kind of people in your inbox. They want to do Bitcoin, whatever it is. They want you to do all kind of crypto, cash, and give me your cash app. I'm getting ready to get you paid. I'm like, you know, like, all these things coming in my inbox. You have to stay sharp as you get older or as you get busy, because just like that. Yeah. Somebody could get you in matters of the heart. Some older people, sometimes we feel like, you know, we are stuck in a rut. You know, we're not going to get anybody. We feel lonely. We feel depressed. And this person comes and say, "Hey, beautiful, you know, how are you?" You're like, "Oh, you know, who's that?" You know, "Hey, handsome, you know, I was looking for someone. I've been looking through your profile. You look like somebody that I would love to share my life with." You know, and you fall for it, like, "Oh, wow, that's funny, because I was just thinking about that." You know? And not realizing they're going to scam you. People have lost thousands of dollars.
Yeah, big market.
Thousands of dollars. I'm not giving. First of all, you ain't getting my money. If I go on a date with you and you ask me to give the tip on the table, I'm not calling you back, because you're already in my pocket.
You get one of these.
Not unless I trust you, you know.
Right.
You know, because they got all kind of easy ways for people to feel comfortable with then getting you warmed up to them, and because you like them and you don't want to lose them, you know, or you feel like you have someone, you're willing to risk some things, some money. Oh, what? It's only $500. You know, it means nothing. But if this person is calling from overseas, from another country or whatever, the U.S. dollar is so much more over there. So $500 to them is like, like $300,000 or something like that.
You just made them rich. Thank you.
You just made them rich. You're never going to be in their life. You're never going to see them. And a lot of times they won't FaceTime you, so you can see who they are.
Yep.
So you have to be careful because they get very personal. But they have a scary one out here. This one is called virtual kidnapping. A friend of mine got scammed by that, recently, and it was very scary because you're not thinking. Like I said, you so busy, you at work, working, or you in the house doing something, you get this phone call, and then when you pick up, you hear somebody crying or somebody screaming in the background. You like, hello? Hello? Hello, and then someone snatches the phone. They know who your family member is because remember, we post things online. This is my grandchild. This is my brother. This is who they know your brother's name now. They know, and they'll say, yeah, we got your daughter, here, and if you don't send a certain amount of money, she ain't coming back home. So imagine you sitting there in your house and you get this call, and you're not thinking. You like, what? Huh? Or with my friend, they told her that her niece was overseas in jail, and in order for her to get out, she had to send a certain amount of money so they would release her. Not even thinking like, oh, my niece didn't call and say she was traveling or anything, but you're not thinking. So she got upset instantaneously. Imagine your loved one you love with all your heart, and you thinking they're in captive, and you got to do everything you got to do to save them. So you can fall for that. We're going to roll this video about virtual kidnapping now so you can see a little bit about what it does to people.
A woman wants to warn other parents about a terrifying scam that's making a comeback this year. She almost fell for it. It could have cost her thousands of dollars.
Mary Powell saw her phone light up the other day, and instantly her whole world changed.
At work, and I get a call with a girl sobbing on the other end. And it sounds pretty much like my daughter.
Mary says she panicked.
The only word I could make out was mom. And then all of a sudden a male voice got on the line. And he said something about Walmart and a parking lot and a robbery, and I have your daughter's phone and wallet.
The man said he had her daughter and would only release her if Mary went to her bank and withdrew thousands of dollars in cash.
I was very confused and very panicked.
But it was all a scam. It's called the virtual kidnapping scam. Mary's daughter wasn't being held in a car somewhere. She was safe at home. But it works.
It happened to Diane Peters last year, and she captured the scammer's voice on her phone.
I want you to get inside your car right now.
That's a recording of a man claiming he had kidnapped one of her two daughters. And if police found out, he would kill the 20-something woman.
I was picturing my one daughter with the gun to her head and, thinking somebody's telling her she needs to give us money.
The caller wanted $500 wired to Mexico to set her free.
You just literally, fall apart.
But in both cases, their daughters were home safe and knew nothing about the call. All you can do is be aware of this scam. You can't prevent it. So that if you get a call like this,
I know exactly where you live.
Just hang up.
Sorry, I know exactly where you live. That's what exactly happened to my friend. And guess what? They decided to call the niece, and she was at work.
Wow.
So this is what I'm telling you. If you see, be like me. I don't care what nobody says. Ever since I've been an old lady since I was younger. If you come unannounced to my house and knock on my door, I won't even answer the door. You'll call me and say, hey, why you not answering the door? I didn't expect you. Your phone call, if I don't know your number, I'm not picking up. If you request me for a second time on social media and I'm already on your page, I'm not going to respond to it unless you let me know that you got hacked and you had to get rid of that old page.
Right.
Because people get mad. I know people with 3 different Facebook pages. I don't even know which page is their real page anymore. You know, and they get mad when you don't keep accepting it.
You know what's crazy? I have a cousin, and Snoopy know who this is. I have a cousin. This bastard has 10 to 12 Facebook pages.
No.
Now, you would think that they was a scam. But am I lying? You would think that is not a scam. He literally has 10 to 12 pages. So when he sends the request, I'll be looking at like, deny, did not delete.
You have
and
to.
then he calls me and be like, why didn't you accept my friend? We friends already on Facebook. How many goddamn pages you gonna send me?
Do you need? And what they don't realize is if they've been hacked, a lot of them lost their passwords, or they'll say, I've been hacked, I created another page. Okay, so you need to delete that other page or call Facebook, whatever you need to do, because what you do is leave all those thousands of friends on your page vulnerable to the hacker, because now he's running your page and has access to everybody else's page who's your friend.
Yep.
You know, so I don't accept second friend requests unless you tell me the other one was deleted. If you are not computer savvy, I'm sorry, I'm not gonna get caught up in your cyber scam and get robbed because you don't understand the what it takes for hackers to get into people's accounts and people's lives. I mean, I put my grandkids up on my page. I don't want your hacker all up on my page because I'm friends with you and all up in my business, and now I'm vulnerable to whatever mistake you made. So those kidnapping scams are very serious, and usually scammers get very personal with you. You know, they are very friendly with you. You need not to give your information to people who call you on the phone and say, I got an offer for you, your phone bill, I could get you a cheaper deal. If they cold called you and you didn't call them, and now they saying, you like the deal, and now they saying, hey, well, let me verify your information, what's your name? No, why you supposed to know my stuff. You call me.
Right.
Don't give people your information and they cold called you for something and then hang up like I did and then call the company, and I guarantee you that offer that they was offering you, they be like, oh, we don't have an offer like that. We don't have an offer like that. This is what's going on. You have to be careful. If you don't know the number, I'm sorry. Don't pick up. Let them leave a message. And then if it's somebody you legitimately know, call them back and say, I'm so sorry. I was monitoring my calls. I'm just not trying to, get caught out there with these people. Don't just click on links. People text you about stuff, about your accounts, your bank accounts, or emails, or anything like that. You understand what I'm saying?
I was watching this video yesterday, and it was a video about a car in India. And so it was two male guys in the car in India, and they was traveling, going about their way, and just like you stated, the scam with the brick and the cones and stuff like that. So in India, they got this scam where it's a little hot young thing. You see what I'm saying? Car pulls up, they're very attractive. So they pull up to her, hey, you guys, how you doing? I'm lost, whatever the case may be. And then from out of nowhere, a gang of these Indian boys came from out of nowhere with machetes and banging on the car. Luckily, they locked the car. You know what I mean? The gang wasn't so smart. They came out, had machetes, and shaking the car and bang, whatever the case may be. So the driver was smart, and shout out to the driver. I don't know him, he probably, whatever. Right. But one of the guys moved out the way. The driver stepped on that gas so fast.
I would have stepped.
I'm sorry.
Real
and he
quick
got
fast.
out of Dodge. So don't think that all of the scams that we're talking about is just susceptible to the United States. No, it's globally. It's everywhere.
It's globally.
Everywhere. Hawaii, just
Bahamas.
everywhere.
Some of my friends just went on a cruise, and they told me that when they were there, they let you get off the boat. When you docked, they was robbing people on the island.
Oh, yeah.
You got to stay with your groups. I just recently went to New Orleans, and you got to be careful on Bourbon Street. Everywhere you go nowadays is poverty. Especially since COVID happened, a lot of jobs shut down. A lot of things has taken place to make people out here to want to do crime. So you got to be very careful about who you're talking to, who you're giving your information to, who you even opening up your door for. When people just show up and knock on your door. I don't think people do too much of that anymore. But you got people who are acting like Amazon package deliverers knocking on your door. Or I saw a news clip where people was delivering food from Uber. The girl was knocking on the door, and it was some guys waiting in the back, but the person wasn't stupid because they were looking through their camera. They said, I didn't order no food. See, and that's a way people used to be able to get me with the food. You could get me with some food, but now you can't get me with no food. Right. They'll come in there and say, you be like, I didn't order. You will be like, excuse me? You open up your door and say, do you have the right address? And now they bum rush you and push you in your apartment or your house and do whatever. So you have to be very careful about who you open the door for, who you're conversing with on the internet, on a telephone, on an email. If you don't know these people, then don't engage. Right. Because when you engage, even just the click of a link will open up yourself for them to have access because they're computer savvy. They are hackers. They know what to put together, what codes to put together to get into your system and to rob you blind or to scam you in a way that's detrimental. And it's very sad, when they do that. But can you believe anybody can be scammed?
Anybody.
Could you believe, I know y'all gonna be shocked when I tell y'all this one. Can you believe that the entire city, all the government officials and everybody of Newark, New Jersey, they were scammed? Could you believe that? The whole entire city, and I'm sure they're not the only one, were scammed. And if you don't believe me, I got receipts for it for you so you can see it.
The only thing I got to say about that is, the good thing about modern technology today is you can Google stuff.
Yes.
And it takes nothing but a simple Google search to see if this damn city is even real.
But see, this is what I'm saying. People are used to convenience, people. We are used to the computers doing everything for us. We are used to the ease of not having to research or to use our own brains. I'm telling y'all, we have been programmed. So a lot of people would think that Googling is too much. I trust these people because I got 10 people here, somebody Googled it. But guess what? Nobody did. So I want to show y'all this news story about a sister city. What a sister city is a city from another country or somewhere that the officials, the mayors, or the hierarchy, partner with so that they could do different programming and create peace and different, means in between each other to educate each other on things or grow from one another agriculturally. So let's run this video about how the city of Newark, New Jersey got scammed.
Note 11 now. The city of Newark is admitting it got scammed. It was about to become a sister city with a Hindu nation, but there's one problem. That nation doesn't even exist.
As CBS 2's Ali Bauman reports, the city found out about the fraud only after an official ceremony.
What started off as a seemingly well-intentioned partnership has turned into a giant embarrassment for the city of Newark. Earlier this year, Mayor Ras Baraka invited what he thought was the Hindu nation of Kailasa to Newark City Hall for a cultural trade agreement. But it turns out Kailasa is no nation at all. It's a fake.
Very embarrassing for the city.
I truly don't even have words for it. I'm really sorry for the city that they got duped in that way.
Though it has a detailed website, Kailasa has no real government. It's the brainchild of Swami Nityananda, a notorious scam artist and fugitive from India who has been on the run from rape charges since 2019.
Whose job was it to do a simple Google search, right? As you said, no one in City Hall, not one person did a Google search. So maybe we need a transformation of City Hall because not one person said, let me go on Google and figure out this was a fake city.
A few days after the papers were signed, City Council rescinded the agreement.
This is an oversight. Cannot happen any longer.
The Newark City Hall insists no money was exchanged in this deal to become sister cities. The mayor's office told us based on the deception, the ceremony was groundless and void.
Okay, so, I show that not to make a mockery of the city, which it was a shame that they were, scammed. I'm just showing you that to show you that anybody, don't think you too slick to not get scammed.
Right.
The whole city was scammed. Yes, because everything has been made convenient for us, and we are relying on computers and ease to figure out things and not using our own brains anymore.
Well, I'll tell you this much from that video right there, and from the whole thing of Newark being scammed, City Hall better be on the lookout for their jobs come election, because the people don't forget.
Yeah, well, people don't forget, but also it's a learning lesson for people to know that anybody can get scammed.
That's true.
Like your whole city got scammed, so guess what? You need to be on alert. So there are so many more, we only have 1 hour for this show and we are at the end of our time, but there's so much scamming and so many tricks out there going on. Please be aware of your surroundings, my community. Beware of the people that you're talking to. Beware of taking pictures on the social media showing where you live, where you are, with all your valuables, because people will find where you are and they will rob you. That's what happens with a lot of these rappers out here. A lot of people are showing jewels and how successful they are, and they showing where they are, and they're coming for you. So you got to be careful about what you put out there, who you're relating to, and if you get hacked, close your page out for the sake of your friends and family members who are part of that page and now open to being hacked as well. So, Chee, tell us what you have for the future, what's going on, and tell us where people can find you, follow you, and support you, for all of your future endeavors.
Guys, you can find me on Facebook and Instagram, Chee Crafton, Chee Crafton, Crafton. My future endeavors, man, I'm just enjoying doing what I'm doing. My future endeavors, I'm just trying to get closer to God. I'm not perfect. I make mistakes, you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
But at the end of the day, we all, especially in this day and time, we all need a closer relationship with God now more than ever. And I encourage you, if you don't know him, you're best to get to know him. Okay, like I said, same thing going on for me. Working, podcasting, music. You know what I mean? I've learned that and it's crazy how something so small as a dollar bill. Mm-hmm. BrownEyes, I guarantee you, if you took a dollar bill or $100 bill right now and you ripped it in half, what value does it have?
It's a $50 bill ripped.
Right. It has no value.
It has no value.
But yet, it's the main thing, the main entity that's causing all of this disruption in the world. Thievery, scam behind that almighty dollar. So people understand and realize something. Money is good. We need money to live, survive, but money is not everything. Money does not make you happy. It's not worth your life. It's not worth, going to jail for. It's not worth getting killed over. Right. Because when you die or you go to jail, guess what? That money's still going to be out there being passed around to somebody else while you sacrifice your freedom. So
Absolutely.
you guys just be smart. Just do things the legit way. Work hard. Work for what you want. When you work for what you want, you appreciate it more. You accomplish more.
Right.
You leave a positive legacy rather than a negative one. And
Absolutely.
That's my take.
And that's really good. Give them a round of applause for that one. That's awesome. Awesome. And let me tell you something. I wore my money green shirt today. Because guess what? I work hard for the things that I have.
Right.
And so I want to protect the things the money that I do have that I work for. So you have to be extra cautious, as I will be, and I hope that you will be. And so we're going to make sure you check out the Chee Lounge, his page and all of his podcasts, and I'm sure that we're going to do something else together, because people have been requesting that me and him do shows and stuff together, because we both crazy. You know how that is. We all crazy, and we on the same path, with our shows and things. So I'm looking forward to that. But I want to thank y'all all for tuning in to another great episode of Community Vibes with BrownEyes, and stay alert for the scam watches. We can't change the crime or what's going on in our environment, but we can change the way that we do things, look at things, approach things, and allow people to have access freely to who we are and what we have. So do that until the next time. And I want to give a shout out to Bravery Studios and our engineer Marvin. I am the producer of this show, so I'm glad that I was able to produce this for you, and I ask that you continue to come out and support us and leave your comments. And we're going to end this show with a song that I wrote called It Is What It Is, because it is what it is and you can't change it. Produced by King T Finesse. And it is what it is. It is what it is. Keep it moving. It is what it is. It is what it is. It is what it is. Keep it moving. Yeah, I keep it moving. I keep it moving. I keep it moving. Yeah, I keep it moving. I keep it moving. I keep it moving. Another day comes under the sun. Looks like it's gonna be a challenging one, but who said it would be easy? Taking it slow. Trying to get with the goal. Outside the clouds ride. Rainy days go away, so I keep my stride. Gather up my stuff and step out the door. Life every place in my face hardcore. Roll with it, bounce with it, shake with the flow. Ain't nothing gonna stop me, it's all with the show. I'd rather be hit than never, so whatever, like a chess game. I do so clever, cause it is what it is. It is what it is. It is what it is. I'ma keep it moving. It is what it is. It is what it is. It is what it is. Keep it moving. Yeah. Yeah, keep it moving, keep it moving. Make sure y'all keep it moving out there. No matter what's going on, keep your eyes moving and your eyes open and keep it going. I'll see y'all next time. What can I say? I'm on my grind, running for time, holding it down, trying to get what's mine. Times are hard, but I won't give up. The sweet in between the tough and the rough. I gotta stay strong and handle my business. It is what it is when you're trying to win this. It is what it is. It is what it is. It is what it is. I'ma keep it moving. It is what it is. It is what it is. It is what it is. Keep it moving. Yeah, keep it moving. 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 Life is better when I keep it moving. Things feel great when I'm in my